Welcome back, Dave Northwest. Do you find yourself mid-sentence at a loss for the right words, or why you went to the grocery store? Did you stand in the aisle looking around? I don't know why I'm here. We're here to explain how what you eat has a profound effect on how clearly you think. We welcome back registered dietitian and the author, Eat Your Way to Sexy. Of course, that's Elizabeth Sommer. Nice to have you back.
Nice to be here.
I think a lot of people worry about that. You know, you forget things and
oh yeah, it's a slippery slope.
And
right
it's not
into
even
dementia.
something from yesterday. It's just, you know, right now, what was I going to do?
And you hear a name and it's out of your head.
But you're saying that's not necessarily your genes. It may not be dementia. It may just be what you're fueling your body with, right?
Absolutely. Our brains actually weren't meant to be fuzzy. The good news is up to 66% of brain aging is completely within your control. We used to think that the brain was, had a set number of nerve cells, and that over time they just, dwindled and deteriorated and ended up with dementia and Alzheimer's. And now we know that's not true, that the brain is much more plastic and resilient. You can build new pathways, but it depends on what you're eating.
What you're eating. Okay, now one of the things you talk about is inflammation.
Right.
I've never even thought of inflammation of the brain, but...
Okay, absolutely. Well, there's a chronic inflammation has been associated with everything from heart disease to dementia.
Right.
And so what you want to do is nip this one in the bud by reducing that damage as soon as possible so that it doesn't progress long term.
A lot of people think inflammation of, when they've worked in the yard or they've done something active in their body's sore, but internal inflammation too that you may not even feel is real, right?
There's two kinds of inflammation, and what you're talking about is acute. That's where you stub your toe or bump your head and it gets kind of red and swollen for a little bit. That's fine. The body comes in, fixes it, and goes away. Chronic inflammation, though, is something where a tissue is being constantly irritated and never has a chance to heal, and that inflammation has been associated with dementia.
So foods can help us prevent that or reverse that.
Right. We know that some foods, if you do stupid stuff like eat a high saturated fat diet, if you smoke, if you sit on the couch instead of get up and exercise, all those things increase inflammation. We know that refined grain, sugar, potatoes, processed meats like hot dogs, sandwich meats and stuff, probably because of the nitrites and nitrates in them, also cause inflammation. But there are foods, so get rid of those.
Get rid of that.
And then foods that actually reduce inflammation are, what have we been talking about now for decades, huh? It's the colorful fruits and vegetables, it's the watermelon, the oranges, the broccoli, green tea, some spices like turmeric and ginger, beans, whole grains, non-fat plain yogurt, garlic, nuts, all of those have been shown to reduce inflammation.
You see a lot of these, like you see vegetables. Okay, so then you think, well, something simple like a soup. But if you get the wrong soup with too much sodium, everything else, can you counteract the good of the vegetables if you're eating a vegetable soup?
Yeah, well, the vegetables are always going to help, but you're right. If you start loading a bunch of greasy meat and add a cheese sandwich to it, then you're going to reduce the benefits.
Okay.
So that's one thing. Another thing that's important.
What is this here?
I think those are prunes.
Or plums? What are they, plums?
Well, they're called plums, dried plums now, because prunes have kind of a bad...
But that helps inflation?
Absolutely. Colorful.
And so much more. Yeah.
And the reason why I keep stressing the colorful, the spinach, not the iceberg lettuce, the orange, the watermelon, is because the antioxidants are in the pigment, or in the color. So the more color, the more antioxidants, which is another thing that protects brain tissue.
Does that go back to, I always wondered, well, how is it that it's colorful and it's better? But then you think of just, the most basic of animals, or a bee goes for a colorful flower, does it go back that far of, that man when he first walked looked for the colorful food?
Well, back when we were first walking, all the plants were colorful. So, we sort of domesticated potatoes and turned them into nothing. But, okay, antioxidants. The brain is only 2% of your body weight, consumes up to 25% of the oxygen that we breathe. And those oxygen, which of course is important, but also have little oxygen fragments called free radicals or oxidants in them that damage brain cells, as well as your arteries and everything else. And that damage is associated with dementia down the road. So you need 9 servings a day of colorful fruits and vegetables loaded with almost 1 million antioxidants with names like lycopene and lutein and sulforaphane.
It seems like a lot to get into your diet.
This is 7 servings right here. I wanted to really emphasize how simple this is. A 12-ounce serving of orange juice is 2 servings. A clamshell of berries is a serving and a half. A cup of cooked peas at night instead of a half a cup, that's 2 servings. Every pouch of those little carrots is 2, that's a serving in each pouch. It doesn't take much.
Because you can have this as a snack midday, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, orange juice.
Orange juice for breakfast. Yeah. A snack of raspberries, a snack of carrots, and then double your serving of vegetables.
I always wonder about this. Okay, so 9 servings. Do you need to have them spread out over a period of time, or if I have 6 of them in one sitting, have I got the benefit of it?
I'll take it however I can get it.
Yeah, okay,
That's
all
right. You eat that whole bag of spinach for a lunch, you know, and put some salmon on top of it. That's, you know, you got 4 or 5 servings.
Is
right
it
there.
better though to spread it out? I mean, if you can graze your day through the proper servings, are you better off?
I don't think it really makes any difference. However, you'll get fruits and vegetables into you, even if they're canned.
Okay.
And then the last thing you want to do is supply the brain with the building blocks it needs to build healthy nerve cells. And we know that the brain is 60% fat, but it's not sitting around like it does on your hips. It's active worker bee fat that's produces healthy nerve membranes. And the most important fat is the omega-3s that I keep talking about over and over again. You increase your omega-3s, especially the omega-3 fat DHA, you'll triple the amount of nerve connections in your brain. That alone reduces Alzheimer's by up to 70%.
If people incorporate this into their diet on a daily basis, what would they notice? You know, how would they feel different?
It's gonna vary from person to person. Some people start feeling better immediately, and of course, the more changes you make in your diet, the better you're going to feel. But within 2 to 3 weeks, you should notice more energy. You should notice that maybe a little bit of weight loss. You're going to start thinking more clearly, especially if you got that DHA in your diet.
You're just going to feel better. I'm looking at this. Can you take salmon like this, like a tuna fish sandwich, and just do it with salmon?
Oh, absolutely. You can make salmon patties or a sandwich with it, or you can mix it in with pasta. You do all kinds of
And so canned salmon just as good as the fresh if you can't get the fresh?
In some cases, it's even better because it's got the bones, so it's high in calcium. And then take some supplements. If you're not eating the DHA fortified foods or the salmon, take a DHA supplement, take a multi, and maybe a little, if you're a premenopausal woman, a teenager, you might need a little extra iron because it carries oxygen to the
Now,
brain.
are there supplements that also have the DHA in it if you want to just take one?
I got a couple of them there, but there's a whole bunch of them on the
Good, because I think I'm ready for the supplement now.
Okay.
I'm at that point.
I'll bring you some.
Thank you very much. That's all right. Maybe all the help I can get. All right, we'll have more on the website. Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Jay.